Hello, welcome back. This is Country 1913 and we are Let's Playing Drakengard. In the last episode, we went back through Leonard's regret a little bit, and we got some treasures, swords and weapons of such. And now, in this episode, we're going to head over to the Winter Wastelands of Chapter 4 and head into the Hidden Mountains where we will get ourselves another weapon. After this, we're going to continue with the story. Don't you worry. So yeah, let's head to the Hidden Mountains of the Winter Wastelands. Winterland, whatever. And apparently the subhuman ogres are still here. And the villages in the region are in danger. As villages, they mean teepees. And by teepees, they mean two of them. It's plural, so whatever. Anyways, let's equip I'm probably going to use the dragon for a majority of this.
Subhuman soldiers wander leaderless in this area. Time? Have your sword ready.
See? Now Verdelay's all about destroying them. Will do, Verdelay. Will do. Anyways, what I want to do in order to get the treasure here is we need to fly over to, you remember that little area we had to do a couple of episodes ago when we were in story mode and we had to take down that golem? Well, I'm going to go take down all the golems or whatever ogres in that area, and we're going to get ourselves a treasure. So I'm going to kind of skip all these ass bags. Watch out for the archers. And now we need to destroy all the guys in the valleys over here. So, let us do that. And we can do it with our dragon, because our dragon, none of the guys here have that magic armor, red armor on or whatever, so this shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, but we gotta kill these weird looking things. These abominations. They're not even human, they're subhuman. They got human-like characteristics. Now, I know last episode, alright, I was talking a lot about Connecticut, how it's pretty cool. Talking about all the cool things that are in Connecticut. Well, in fact, I have, I'm gonna renege some of that stuff. Granted, Connecticut isn't that bad. Alright, I went recently to go see the Funny or Die Oddball Comedy Tour, right? And I was there, and I was watching the show, and you know, on the show they had a lot of great comedians like Al Madrigal and Christian Shaw, Hannibal Buress, Dimitri Martin, Jeff Ross, who else was there? Oh, and then Flight of the Conchords were the main guys, and Dave Chappelle, right? And the show was going fairly well, right? Until Flight of the Conchords, where they were a musical group and they were playing their songs, and it was pretty fun. And eventually, some people were booing, and I'm not sure why. I think some people were drunk by then. Anyways, so the show was going fairly well, and this guy will not die. There we go. Anyways, it was going fairly well, and then all of a sudden, Dave Chappelle comes out, and then he's doing his jokes, he starts to do his jokes, and then people are just screaming and screaming and screaming, right? We love you, Dave, because this is Dave Chappelle's first tour, real big tour back since, like, he left a while ago after the Chappelle show. Like, if you guys haven't seen the Chappelle show, I highly suggest you go watch it, because it's seriously some of the funniest shit that you've ever seen in the past, I'd say 20 years or so. Anyways, so after the Chappelle show, he got very popular and very famous, and people would like, alright, we gotta kill this one last guy over here. People would get in his grill about, like, you know, he had this one skit where he was talking, he was Rick James, he was telling, like, Charlie Murphy Hollywood Stories, and everyone would be like, I'm Rick James, bitch. And then they'd all want him to do that. So he kind of, the fans loving the show so much, and it got like super popular so fast that he kind of left. All right. This was about 10 years ago where he left, and he didn't do a lot of comedy. You know, he didn't do many stand-up gigs after that. He just went away for 10 years. And then finally, he's coming back on this tour, this Funny or Die Oddball tour. So, I went up to our state capital, Hartford, right? And I went to go see it. And when he was up there, he was doing, he started his routine, and he was doing some of his jokes. And then you just hear people throughout the show just screaming, "We love you, Dave!" And then, like, other people just screaming other stuff. And then Dave Chappelle just kind of says, "Listen, if you guys don't shut up, I'm not going to do my thing." So you had people just yelling and screaming, and they would not shut the hell up. And he just sat down, and he just smoked a cigarette. He's like, "I got my cigarette and my water, and if you guys don't shut up, I'm not going to do my thing. I can wait as long as you can." And then he was saying how he only had to do 25 minutes. So me and my friends and my sister were there, and we're getting pissed off because, not at Dave, because, there's nothing Dave can do. He tried to tell the hecklers to shut the hell up, and he even told people, if you're standing next to someone who's screaming, punch him in the kidney. Because he wanted to do his jokes, and he wanted to entertain us. And some people wanted to, but I think at that point, it just got out of control, where he was, where the crowd, there were too many drunk people in the crowd, and it was just messed up. So he walks off, and he's done, and he does his 25 minutes, and then he gets off stage, and then people are just booing him. And then people have the audacity to actually go on Twitter and start writing, "Oh, Dave Chappelle had a meltdown in Hartford." Well, he didn't have a meltdown in Hartford. There was just a ton of assholes at the show who just would not let him do what he came over here to do. And Dave even said, "Hey, it's your money. I'll take all your money and go buy bubble gum and then chew it and spit it out." He's like, "I don't give a shit. This is your money." So in the end, I didn't end up getting to hear Dave Chappelle do much comedy because of all the assholes. And then people blame Dave Chappelle, and I just think that is wrong. But yeah, so you know how I was mentioning how, oh, look at all these nice things about Connecticut. Well, you know what? In the end, Connecticut's a shitbag state. Although I won't say Connecticut's shitty, because you know what? Everywhere's got shit people. And that incident, what ended up happening was a few drunk asshole apples spoiled it for the rest of us. Where we could have went to see Dave Chappelle, alright? This guy who he made the Chappelle show. He made the show half-baked, He was in the movie Half-Baked. People love those two things. And then he comes and he tries to do some comedy for people, and all they do is just keep yelling and screaming, and it's like, what the fuck? Shut up. You don't go to a play or a concert and start screaming out things. You don't go to a friggin' you don't go to a what the hell is it? Oh, you son of a bitch. You don't go to yeah, let's take these guys out. I just hate the fact that people gotta yell and scream during comedy shows. I hate it. And hecklers suck. And instead of leaving that comedy festival, being all happy and junk, you gotta leave with a sour taste in your mouth, because you didn't get to see Dave Chappelle, and he wanted to do his shit, and you didn't let him do his shit. So, yeah. And the thing was, too, is there wasn't a lot of security in the area, I guess. to like actually escort these assholes out that were yelling and screaming, which I think I'm gonna actually write a letter to the Meadows. This was where the place was. This is where the festival's held. I'm gonna tell them, what the hell did I pay all these service charges for if you're not gonna have security escort out assholes so that everyone else can enjoy the show, you know? And hopefully, you know, they the tour, even though the tour even said it, you know, Funny or Die on their Twitter, which I don't follow Twitter, by the way. I barely use it, but I was looking at it, and they were telling people to shut the hell up and let Dave Chappelle do his work. You know what I mean? And everyone went to the defense of Dave Chappelle, which is cool. Like, I'm not saying that he's at fault at all. It's just people, a bunch of a-holes. Drunk a-holes. And then one lady was screaming out at the show, I paid for this, and I'm in college, and I paid for this. And Dave Chappelle was like, good for you. And he's like, I don't give a shit. But yeah, people were getting mad because he was just sitting there and doing nothing. But he wanted to do his jokes, and he calmly told the people that you know, shut the hell up so I can do my jokes, man. They would not shut the hell up. It was just messed up. Yeah, so if you hit L and R here, you can actually turn the dragon and make her do a bunch of things. But you see how you had that fire shockwave that came out at the end of that fire breathing thing? That's her level 2 fire thing there. So yeah, overall the night was pretty good, except for the final part. It was very, as I was describing to my friends, it was very surreal. You know what I mean? Like, you never thought that you'd be part of something so good, and then it just turned so horribly wrong. And people, you know, people on Twitter were all bitching at Dave Chappelle, like, I paid this much money for this. And you can't, that's the thing, man. You know, you got someone up there, they're doing their job. Don't go over there and bother them. Alright? You don't go up there and you don't heckle them, alright? You wouldn't do the same thing if you were at a play. You wouldn't just be screaming, you suck. You wouldn't do something if someone was giving a speech, just screaming out, you suck, or anything like that. Like, sure, you can do it to musicians, because musicians, they usually don't even hear you because of the music and all that. Hell, even with musicians, you shouldn't heckle anyone. I just feel like if you don't like the thing that you're watching or listening to, instead of just publicly just yelling and screaming at that point, after you're done watching the thing, maybe you could go up to the people and tell them, listen, I didn't care for this show. Hell, don't even, you know what? If you don't like the thing that you're watching or you're listening to, don't listen to it and don't watch it. And that, you know what? This also goes to LPs as well. All right, this goes to anything. All right, if there's something that you're watching or you're listening to or whatever, and you're not enjoying it, you know what? Just leave or turn it off. Because you know what? In the end, you know, no one is forcing you to watch it. Alright, so we got this new Weapon Executioner's song, which is a cool axe. It's an executioner's axe, obviously. And it's taken the head of many a people, I'm sure. Anyways, let's put this over... What the hell am I gonna take out? Yep, this axe. But yeah, that just goes for anything in general. If you're not enjoying what you're watching or looking at or whatever, don't do it anymore. You know, this is a free country. No one's telling you have to stay there, right? It just gets me mad. Because you know what? It does relate back to LPs in a way, because There's tons of people that go, you know, I don't like your commentary, you're mispronouncing shit, and whatever. And they're talking stuff, and it's like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. People say you suck. It's like, there's no point for it. Unless you're gonna give some sort of constructive criticism, don't even bother. Alright, so now we're gonna try this aerial battle. Okay, and what we have to do here, I believe, is we gotta beat this. I think, okay, I had level 2 dragon. Anyways, we gotta beat this in under 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, without using any magic. If we do that, we will get the treasure, the weapon. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I think you need more. I want to say you need more. One, you're gonna need more attack power from said dragon, I think, and you'll need more things so you can target stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I will show it off. And what's going to happen with some of these aerial missions, just to quickly recap of what I mentioned a couple episodes ago, I might do some of these off-screen and then just try to do them on-screen, you know what I mean? Like, I'll already get the weapon, then I'll come back and I'll do it on-screen, or at least show you what the mission is like, and then tell you, hey, you gotta beat this in so fast without using magic, whatever. Like, some of these you can use magic, and some of them you can't. The majority of them, they don't want you using magic because it's like, hey, take them out as quick as possible. But yeah. So yeah, you know, and then Dave Chappelle just you know, I have a little soapbox here, so I'm gonna stand on it. And I apologize if people don't really want to listen to it, but yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Dave Chappelle, right? He hasn't been back in Hartford, Connecticut. He said since 1996, right? And you know what? Now he's probably never going to come back to Hartford, and it just kind of ruins it for the rest of the people of Connecticut or anyone who wanted to see anything like this again, because they might not bring it back because of how shitty the crowd was this time. You know what I mean? And then now if I want to go see something really cool, I'll have to go to New York or friggin' Boston to go see something, which kind of sucks. And it really just ruins it for everyone who went there and they want to enjoy and just listen to some funny people tell jokes, all right? And even if people didn't think they were funny. No one's gonna, say, "Oh, you weren't funny." Like a great thing to watch. I don't know if you guys give a crap, but there's a movie called Heckler that I think Jamie Kennedy made, and it's pretty good. I've been watching it the past couple of days because I'm trying to get into the mind of an asshole and figure out why people wouldn't just shut the hell up. Besides the fact that they were more than likely drunk. But yeah, so they ruined my Dave Chappelle experience, those drunk bastards. And apparently, the story was fairly, because, this was one of the first shows that he was doing, that he came back to do, like Hartford, because they just recently started this tour. Alright, let's see if I did this in under the time here. Oh shit, no, it's 3:10. We gotta do it in 3:10. I think I just missed it. Man, I missed it by so many seconds. So what I'm gonna probably do is come back and do it again. And then you just gotta keep going at it. And then there's another one that I'm gonna do in between episodes and get them. But yeah, so this whole incident leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth, and it ruins it for everyone. Bunch of jagoffs in there. Gotta yell and scream. Like in the first 5 minutes, obviously, alright, sure, people are gonna scream, "We love you, Dave," because, he's back. Doing the Chappelle, from doing the Chappelle show and having to, do all this. Let's try this again. What I'm gonna try to do here is just spin, 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 and shoot, shoot, shoot. Here we go, here we go. You gotta beat this in 3:10 without using magic. That's how this goes. I don't know how anyone finds out how fast you gotta do this though. But yeah. Just got me mad. And then on Twitter I wrote Hartford sucks. And then you know what? You know, Patton Oswalt and all the comedians kind of like put in their 2 cents about what was going on, even though a majority of them weren't there. Sometimes I feel like you shouldn't bother saying anything unless you were actually there. But then again, I don't know. If that was the case, then there wouldn't be a lot of people saying a lot of things about a lot of things. But here's the point. Alright, if you don't like something, don't deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. That's how it goes. You don't have to deal with it. If you don't like something, don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Leave. Get the hell out of there. Here you go. That's the lesson for today, people. Okay. Don't like something, whether it be a video on YouTube, a song that you're listening to on the radio, some sort of show you went to. If you don't like it, don't be there anymore. Go away. Yeah, I'm just gonna use magic. Screw it. There's no way I'm beating this in 3:10. But yeah, see how much easier it is when you use magic? It's so much easier. At least we're gonna get experience, right? And that's not bad. And we're gonna get our dragon's power up, which is good too. So in the next episode, I'm gonna show off, I'm gonna probably show off those, no, I'm not showing off the aerial missions yet. I'll come back and do it. But in the next episode, we will continue with the story mode. So yeah, this has been Kenshin 1913, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.